You know, this time might just be different. Welcome to the channel, Refined Investors. The market is kind of doing crazy things, but this is not something new, right? There's so many announcements coming out this week. There's the Fed, of course, the FOMC, the Trump tariff talks with China, the Asia tour. There's just so much going on, right? The fact that, the economy is not doing stellar in the sense of, yeah, maybe from a GDP perspective, things look good. But you got to look really macro these days because, especially if you're involved in crypto and you've been through this one cycle, and if you haven't, this is really important to pay attention. This is with that time where you're not sure what's going to happen, right? It's the end of the 4 year cycle potentially. Q4 typically is a very good period, but with all the talk of everything else that's going on the macro level, that's so different than any previous cycles, it is in fact different. You've got things happening that just didn't happen 4 years ago, and they may have been other, sort of like variations of similar things, but the cycle was the cycle. But now with the United States adopting crypto and BlackRock and all these other giants being involved, we just have to pay more attention. You've got to pay closer attention to the macro. I know we're tired and we're inundated with information, but this is sort of like the period because it either happens in Q4 or it is in fact somewhat of a super cycle, right? Where things extend into 2026 and perhaps beyond. So this is sort of like uncharted territories, right? We don't know what's going on. We have no absolute certainty of what is coming next to the level of confidence that we perhaps had in the past. And for that reason, my recommendation now, and it's a simple one, but it's something that I think most people get a little bit too comfortable with. You have to remember that your unrealized gains, your gains are unrealized. I mean, you haven't taken any profit. So you need to pay close attention because what you do in the next 3 months will either set you up for a good 4 years or set you back for 4 or 5 years, right? Again, that could change depending on how long cycles are nowadays. Maybe we're in a bear market for a year, right? We're in a bull market every year. I have no idea. But there's a lot of uncertainty. The recession talks, there's economical data that suggests that we're not doing great, but we just don't know. What we do know is money printers are probably going to be turning on again, which could extend cycles indefinitely. So pay close attention, find the right resources, get information constantly because it does evolve on a day-to-day basis. And remember one thing, and I'll leave you with this because this is never financial advice. Always take profits. Take money off the table. Do not get greedy. Be smart, and you will do very well because you are a refined investor. Take care.